All right, good morning, everybody. I am Chloe,
I'm Sandy.
and this is Rise and Right. Welcome. Elizabeth and Devin are already here. Fantastic. My numbers are all screwed up right now because it just all popped up at once. Welcome, guys. We're going to do just like a couple minutes here before we go to our first sprint because Sandy has a baby that needs to be fed. And then we will figure out what we are doing from there. Sandy, what are you working on today?
So I am doing proofreading again, this time with slightly less crazily ambitious goals, but like my Amazon due date is the 21st, so
You
I gotta actually get this done.
you did you get the old version out to Hidden Gems?
I did, which
Okay,
means
good.
which is good, right? Because it
Yeah.
means that the amount of editing that I can do here is extremely minimal. Like I've got to just
Right, it's
literally proofread.
absolutely fixing typos and like single word changes.
Right, right. I
Yeah.
can't do massive anything. So
Yes.
yeah,
But that's good.
it
I
is.
I also like being at that point. And then like I don't know if you were on at all during this time, but I had to do a reread of book 2 of Eloise
Yeah, yeah.
because I was really struggling with this one, and I found like 3 really dumb continuity errors in it that weren't anything. It was like a wrong hair color or whatever, but I was like, I am just gonna sneak back in there and change that one. Or there was like something that was made it very obvious that Killian did not know who Abe is. And obviously I needed to
Fix
change
that.
that because you having read book 4, you know that Killian is fully aware.
Of Abe. Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and get this first sprint going. We're going to go for 10 minutes on this one. Let me pop it in there. Also, Sandy, I know I said don't worry about it before, but this like weird extra clone of me that isn't anything, it's my second computer. And it's just because I realize that it's hard for me to respond to messages on my laptop when I have no keyboard
The
attached to it.
it's not your Twitch? I thought it was your Twitch.
No, it's like that's on the other side. So right now this is airing on both places, but like it's StreamYard, it does the exact same thing with Twitch that it does with YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it has like a clone of it or anything, but no, that box is just because I have this running on both of my computers. So
Oh, I see what you're saying. Got it.
yes.
That's strange. I see. I get it.
Right. So basically, I'm running the timer off of one computer so it doesn't mess me up when I'm typing. But that computer I can't really type on. So I ended up having it's insane.
So it got like super technical while I was gone. It's insane.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we are going for the next 10 minutes. I just felt like you needed some clarification on this insanity that's happening. There we go. So it is 6 past. We'll see you guys at 16 past. Okay, we are back once I click on the right button. There we go. um, Sandy, did you get your baby fed?
No. I'm going to leave myself not on mute, see if you can hear me, and
Yeah.
feed the baby off screen.
Baby is fighting it.
Baby has this like monkey face. It is hysterical. He's hungry. Come on. Also, we have an amazing swing. How'd you do?
I got a little bit of stuff done. I got 177, which I did also. I don't even know what I got sidetracked with, but I got sidetracked for a second. So I feel okay about that. So there's a bunch of pictures of Ken's baby are out now. And they are absolutely the worst photos I've ever seen of a newborn. I'm fairly sure that the baby is a reasonably attractive newborn, but it's hard to tell because the photos are so bad.
Newborns. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Okay. I never know what this microphone might pick up. Newborns, they're all sort of squishy and old man looking, right? Like,
yeah. And I am accommodating that, but just the photos themselves are all real bad.
That's funny. I should change my camera next time so you could see me.
We could see your head down in the corner.
Oh.
Also, Elizabeth got 371 on that one, and Courtney got 288. So y'all are being powerhouses like usual.
Yeah. I'm determined to get some writing done during these, and I figure the only way to do it is to like incorporate baby into writing. That's you.
Somehow make it work. Like when the cats were kittens and I had to jam one of them down my bathrobe to keep her off the keyboard.
Yeah, no, seriously. And I've got all this like paraphernalia set up, like things you don't even want to think about. And I need to do things like write books for children. Like I need to start writing middle grade because I can't proofread my romance out loud to him.
I think you can, Sandy.
Oh, I'm sure I can, but I shouldn't.
How much of it is really inappropriate content?
You're right, but like, and I suppose you want them to learn from you what like the bad stuff is, but no, I should only hear good things. Yeah. So pretend you're not listening to most of what we're saying here.
Right?
Yeah.
We're saying fine things. Most of what we talk about is like business plans and stuff.
Totally. Definitely. That's right. Hey, so speaking of which, I need to be really profitable this year. Like for reals profitable. Also, I'm effectively on like a maternity leave. That's why I look like I'm on like a sinking ship right now. Like so how you need to be profitable too. I feel like you were probably profitable last year. Like
No, I was not even a little bit. It was the most depressing thing ever when I put together my year end. Like this is how I did because I had some months where I literally lost money because of advertising. So I had like 2 good months in the whole thing, but there was no way for them to counterbalance all of the months that I made like $20 or I lost like $20.
So were you in the red for the year?
No. No, I did profit, but like $100 or something like that.
That is better than what I did. And you can only lose money for like 3 years or something, and then the IRS counts what you're doing as a hobby. So
yeah. Oh, but also that was only marketing was discounted from that. So any of my like subscriptions or anything would have also been docked out of that 100.
You should keep track of that stuff so that you can, include that as business expenses.
I
Seriously.
will this year. Last year, I'm just counting it all a wash. And I feel like I've grossed so little that the IRS isn't going to care.
So I am for sure in the red, but I did do one good thing this year, and I recommend this to all of you guys. Every month, except for December when I was in the NICU, I kept track of my expenses and my marketing costs. Like I actually have like a really updated spreadsheet. So
you know what's funny is I did that in 2019 and not in 2020.
Well, I mean, I've been running my own small businesses for like a couple of years now. So every year I've had to keep track of expenses to some extent. But I usually get to like, I don't know, February, March, and suddenly I'm like, oh shoot, I've got a whole year of like receipts to go find. And then I gotta like go back through my Gmail. Thank God so much of what we do now is emailed to us in terms of receipts.
Yes.
But still, that's a monster project and it takes days. So now like I'm behind by a month. And on the 15th of this month, I need to do this month and December's. But that is so much less daunting.
Yes. You know what I did, and I'm never going to stick to this because this calendar is working exactly as well as I thought it was going to, as in like right now it's covered in nail polish and butter that I brought out to be softened to make brioche. But I did mark on the last day of each month to do a month review post. So I don't have to do, because that year-end post, oh my God, the year-end post was like already like nightmarish to put together because I'm looking at like ad spend from several places and all of that and like trying to make sense of everything that was going on with like what I was actually making from Amazon, which is more complicated than it should be. But so I did all of that and book report was down.
No.
So like what was going to be my easiest way of doing it was dead. So it's back now. It's okay. A bunch of people who are just now signing up for book report are having really weird technical difficulties though, so you might want to check yours.
That is a very good thing to think about too, because I mean, you're right. Amazon's kind of a nightmare in terms of like accounting. Like you sort of like they're doing better with the KDP beta thing, but
yes,
you basically have to do two things, right? Like you have to figure out your sales every month from like an estimate, and then what you actually get paid, you have to base on like what goes into your bank account because so many months behind. So you're just utterly confused. That's my dog, by the way.
Figured that. For a second, I was like, "Oh my God, baby!" And then I was like, "Wait, no, there's a dog in the room." That was definitely a dog. Yeah, no, like what I had to do. So you can find your history on Amazon of your royalties,
right?
But it's broken down by country. And I don't know about you, Sandy, but like only about half of my money comes from the US and the other half comes from like 14 different countries. So on some months, I'll only have like a couple bucks in Australia and a couple bucks in the UK. But then there are months where I'm getting like France and India and South Africa. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna add all these together. And of course, all of them are like 14 cents. But yeah, like I have to have my calculator going the whole time just to figure out how much money I'm getting from Amazon. And yes, if you guys have not started selling yet, with all of that, it comes to you in all of those separate payments as well. So there will be a certain time of the month where for like 3 days, you just get like 14 payments from Amazon, ranging from like, 12 cents to however well you do.
Yeah. And and even if you like, so most of my sales are the US, but even if if you have one sale in freaking Japan or like one in like France,
that's that 12 cents that you get from Japan.
Yeah.
And you
Then
always
you
get
have
like
to
a really
figure out.
weird communication from Japan. I don't know why.
All right, are we ready to start again?
Yes.
I'm actually going to do work, I think, this time.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a 15 because we did take a long break there, and we'll
Sorry.
see what happens from there. Oh no, it's fine. I only do 5-minute breaks when it's just me because I really can't ramble. It's hard enough rambling for 5 minutes sometimes. So we're gonna go for 15 minutes. It is 10:27 in Atlanta, so we will see you guys at 10:42 if that math is even remotely right. Okay, we are back.
We are back.
Did you get anything done, Sandy?
I got I don't know, a paragraph or so proofread, but the document is open and proofreading has begun.
That's a beginning. I
Also,
am.
oh, go ahead.
Let me see. This number is going to be wrong. I moved up 418, but this was a scene where, like, what I was working on, the dialogue was already written. I don't know if any of y'all do that, but like a lot of times I will have a whole conversation in my brain, and I'll just write down the words and then like fill it in when I actually get to the point where I'm using it. So that is where I am. I don't know. It's kind of like a combination of writing and editing at the same time.
I think that's, well, or at least you're planning it out, right? Like it's in your head before it's on words.
Right. But like
Yeah.
when you're actually putting those words in, that's what it's kind of like a combo of writing and editing, because you have like the rough of a scene that you have to get to fit in it, but it's definitely adding words that you're doing.
Yeah. The outdoor noises, that is the Fisher-Price Snuggle Puppy.
Yeah.
The like determined itty bitty grunting noises, that's the adorable baby. So there's the background noise. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Elizabeth, you're always talking about how you're doing social media, which is awesome.
Yes.
I'm curious if you want to share your blog with us. Obviously, I don't think either of us have the technology right now to give you a wrench to actually type in your address to be a link, but I'm curious about your blog. If you want to share it, you don't have to, of course, but if you have a way to communicate your address without actually writing an address, I would like to check it out, because I'm always wondering what people who are regular bloggers are actually able to do. And of course, like, I might genuinely want to know what's on your blog.
I added her as a moderator. Is that how you give her a wrench?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Okay.
that's exactly it. Sandy does have the ability to do it. But yeah, I'm always curious when people can like get all of this social media out, what on earth they're doing. I did get a bunch out in December, but that's because instead of working, I was reading. So I did some book recommendation blog posts. And Courtney wrote 496. I spent most of that distracted by the music I was listening to. Understandable. I had a moment. I saw something like red flash by my window, and I was like, "What's that?" Like, oh my god, is that a balloon? What's going on? No, it's like a goddamn bird. Like, we have, I guess they're cardinals, right? The ones that are solid red. Like, we have tons of them. Not to say that like I for some reason am exhausted this morning, even though I got plenty of sleep, but here we are.
I mean, I think that you forget when you live in like, it's weird, right? Because Georgia actually has beautiful wildlife, right? But like we're writers, we spend our time inside.
Yeah,
outdoors. What's that? Courtney,
I literally have an entire like. It's my neighborhood is really weird because we're on a corner that's shaped like that, because for some reason, like, this road runs at a diagonal, and they decided to make our neighborhood run proper, like north-south, east-west. So we don't hit the main road properly. So we have this weird plot. So the spot next to me is technically like, I'm on this road. The land directly next to me technically belongs to the property on this road, but it's just wilderness there. I've got like an entire plot that you could easily put a house on that is actually wilderness.
So you should have wildlife.
Yeah, also that's where the trees fall from, except for the ones that fell this time. But also, Sandy, weird FYI, and Elizabeth and Courtney, correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I feel like we just talked about this the other day, and it was you two. They're both in North Carolina.
No way. in the Raleigh area by any chance, or in like Charlotte?
I didn't ask that.
They're probably, if you see, if we're writers, we all aspire to live in Asheville. Why a place that I've never actually like been to except for like visiting the Biltmore. But
Actually, I've never been to the Biltmore because it's too expensive. And every time I think about going, I'm like, you know what? I could just do like the pinball museum for $15 and be totally happy. So Elizabeth is in Charlotte.
Oh, nice. And I'm in Raleigh. We could have a whole like get together. Oh my God.
Like when life is okay to have get-togethers.
I just said it earlier. We could actually have like a legit writers retreat, like in the mountains, like in that place between like Georgia and North Carolina one day. Wait, between.
No, I get it. But like, first of all, I'm thinking that like nowhere zone, that's nothing, but also South Carolina. But that's wrong because, I mean, depending on where you are, it's right. But I live in Atlanta, so there's no reason for me to go into South Carolina.
No, not South Carolina, but like.
No, I know.
You could float towards like a cabin in Asheville, right? Which would be near for all one day. One day, you guys, this is a thing that could happen. We could have a whole like southeast writers retreat thing.
So Courtney is not far from you at all then, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that's just like on the other side of the...
I think Greensboro might be a little further away.
But that's like saying that I'm in between Atlanta and Kennesaw, and she's in between Atlanta and Macon, right? I feel like that's a fair comparison.
I think that Greensboro is... I want to say Greensboro is like a solid hour from... You know what, though? You're right. Because it's definitely true that when you live in North Carolina, as opposed to like when you live in Atlanta, your sense of distance is different. Like here in North Carolina, like that hour and 15 minutes between Raleigh and Greensboro, that's like a decent drive. Yeah. In Atlanta, an hour and 15 minutes is just like your daily commute.
To me, I feel like how I'm translating that for where I am. Sandy is also from, like, before she was in North Carolina, she was in Atlanta. That's how we're friends, and also why I can give her Atlanta references. Right. In my mind, when Courtney says that she's between Greensboro and Durham, what I am thinking is she's in Peachtree City.
It's more like going between Kennesaw and maybe like Stone Mountain, I think. Or is that where Peachtree City is? Where's I don't know.
No, between Kennesaw and Stone Mountain would literally be Atlanta.
Okay, now I gotta look at the map.
Like Decatur.
Let's look at this. What is the real difference here?
Courtney, I hope you're amused by this conversation that we're having right now.
I feel like Peachtree City and Kennesaw might actually be a significantly longer distance than.
Okay.
But only because of traffic, because you couldn't just.
Right, because you have to go through Atlanta to get to Peachtree City.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. You're right. It is the same amount of distance. Assuming that you're not in traffic, it's only like an hour and 15 minutes. The problem is that in Atlanta, you're almost for sure going to get traffic. And that's not a nice drive down like 285. Whereas Greensboro to Durham is just in these like beautiful mountains. You're just you're like you live in North Carolina long enough and you're like, wow, like any traffic is traffic, right? Like you see some cars and it's like, oh my gosh, what is causing this traffic today? But really there's really, we're just very spoiled.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but I have a writing friend who lives in this area that I found out also lives in this area because we were literally stuck in the same traffic jam on 75 one time. And we're in a Discord group together. So we were both complaining. And like it was one of those complete shutdowns where you may as well dick around on your phone for a little while. Anyways, let's go ahead and do our next sprint, We are going to go for 15 this time. Sandy is hopefully going to get a little bit of work done this time. That's more than just a single paragraph.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm excited. We could absolutely, like, one day when the world is not so terrifying as it is now, maybe do a meet and greet. I will absolutely come up to North Carolina. All right, we'll see you guys in 15. Okay, we are back. I was finishing a sentence. Yeah. How did you do, Sandy? Did you actually get work done?
I did. I am almost through a chapter.
Let's see. I did not do great words because I brushed my teeth and somehow that took like 15 minutes. I don't know what the hell happened there, but life is as it is. I got 233 on that. So decent.
That's, I mean, for 15 minutes and also with like other tasks. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right. That was only a 15-minute sprint.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so used to them being 20 that I was like, I don't understand how I wasted 15 minutes brushing my teeth. I wasted 10 minutes, which also, right. And like my phone happened to be in the bathroom and I got distracted by that. So yeah. Sarah, my friend Sarah texted me. She's at, I don't remember what doctor she's at. She's at some special doctor right now. I don't think it was a chiropractor. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But she said that there was a kid there wearing shorts and one of those fluffy ear covering hats.
Oh, that's confusing.
And I mean, there's that thing where boys between the ages of like 10 and 25 do not understand how to dress themselves properly in cold weather.
Yeah, but like how old was he? Like,
oh, I mean, she didn't say, but he, like, based on that description, he is clearly a high schooler or a college kid because that is exactly who I see doing dumb crap like that.
Okay, so I have to admit, so my husband, and I actually think this is kind of like endearing, will totally wear like shorts and then like a sweater with like a long sleeve shirt and a t-shirt underneath. And then last year, because everything came from Amazon, we saw one of those like hat with like muff deals.
Yeah.
And he just really needed it. So we bought it for him. So there were like several weeks where he would like go around with the hat with the muffs and like his shorts.
So your husband never grew out of that. Also, Devin, if you're listening, I am curious if this is also a thing that happens in Canada or if Canada is just so stinking cold that teenage boys have no choice but to wear appropriate pants in the winter. But I can definitely remember this being a thing in Syracuse too. And I mean, Syracuse is pretty dang cold, pretty dang close to Canada.
Oh, so I'm looking at this like veggie enchilada recipe now that Elizabeth posted, and yum, I want this.
I make vegetarian enchiladas a lot, but I call them Alicia-ladas.
Alicia-ladas.
Because my name is actually Alicia. We've been over this. Chloe is my pen name. But they're not, like, they're definitely heavily modified enchiladas. So Devin is literally wearing shorts right now. So this is also a thing in Canada.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I have a lot of friends who are extremely pedantic. And if I served them my enchiladas, they would complain that they were not enchiladas. So we just call them Alicia-ladas and everybody's happy with that.
I emoji'd. Okay. I'm commenting from, my own YouTube account, which makes me feel really clever right now. Like,
yes.
Yeah, I know that it's like little victory.
You did it. Also, I always get really flustered with the emoji options in YouTube, so I don't use them that often.
Nice. Yeah.
Unless like I'm on my phone, in which case I have my own comforting emojis.
Oh, Courtney got 525 words there. That's really good for a 15. That's beyond the like 30 word, 30-minute 1K.
Yeah.
Also, this is the first day in like maybe 8 weeks where like somebody has said a number like that, and I've been capable of doing the math in my head to like figure out. Like otherwise, whenever anybody's been like, I've gotten this done, I've gotten that done, I've been like, oh, that's great. It's good because it's words, and that's more than I can manage, period. So progress is being made.
I feel like now at some point I need to like do a blog or a vlog or whatever the flippin' terms are these days for my enchilada recipe.
You probably do. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really funny because Ken cooks like really fancy stuff and I cook stuff that looks really fancy, but actually I'm cheating on like 3 different things in it. So with my enchiladas, I put like a nice bean and rice blend into it, but I literally just use like Zatarain's boxed black beans and rice because I'm like, you know what? I'm happy with the flavor of these. So I will cook up all of the veggies and make them nice. And I use Goya for the seasoning because, again, I really like Goya. They have a saffron seasoning, and I really like that. So why try to make my own where I can just dump half a pack of Goya into it and call it a day?
Indeed. Why?
Yeah.
Wow. So now I'm going to be like distracted looking at this whole website. I've seen the Cookie and Kate website before, but I don't know. It looks particularly delicious right now.
How is this website? So like one of my big problems with blogs, everybody has the exact same big problem with blog recipes. And that's that it takes like 17 minutes to scroll through a story of Grandpappy to get to the actual recipe. How is this site for that?
Well, I'm looking at the granola recipe right now, and it's not terrible. I mean, yeah, for sure, the recipe is down at the bottom. But I think that's kind of like the point, right? Like, oh, I see what you're saying. Like, I do the same. Like, it drives me crazy to have to like scroll through to find the recipe. It would make a lot more sense for the recipe to be like right up front, and then like the story to be below.
It's so what I would like, because I understand why recipe blogs are written the way that they are, because that is their best way of monetizing it. What I would like is them to just have like an ingredient list at the top, at least. That I know that this is somewhere in the ballpark of what I want. Also, the stories go on like way too long. And I've noticed that even like not monetized blogs will do the same thing, like just because that's what they think that they're supposed to do. But at the end of the day, I end up getting most of my recipes off of All Recipes for exactly that reason.
Me too. But okay, so this particular website, actually at the top of their blogs, she has a jump to recipe link.
Oh, so, perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. It's called Cookies and Kate. Was that it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm like, just as you were saying that, I was thinking, I guess I should check and see what is here. And indeed, there is a jump to, is this on all of them? Oh, it is.
Oh, Whole Foods and Vegetarian recipe blog. Oh, I am so glad that you clued us into this one, Elizabeth. I will enjoy this.
I want a healthy breakfast casserole.
This is a really nice blog. Is she like an actual person? No, like an actual chef with a book and all of that. Yes, she has her own cookbooks. This is just a very professional looking website for a cooking blog. So I had that feeling. Yes.
Yeah, but this is
Brittany's in culinary school. That's awesome.
And she appears to be a blogger, right? Like it looks like she blogs full time. Nice. I'm always very impressed with people who manage this, right? Like with anybody who just like has a blog who where like this is their full time. You know what I mean? Like somehow they manage to like make this their thing that they get paid for.
Yes. Oh. I would just like to have it as like a little tiny supplemental. Like I don't even want to monetize my blog. I just want enough traffic to my blog that if I put Amazon affiliate links in it, then I'll get a little bit of extra money from Amazon. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go ahead and do our next sprint. Oh God, I've like grabbed 17 different mice and only have 2. Okay. We're gonna go stop. We're gonna go for 15 minutes. It is 18 past, so we'll see you guys at 33 past. Okay, we are back, and I have to finish a sentence. I changed the tense in the middle of the sentence. Or like after I'd written the sentence, I changed the tense of it, and I got to get it all fixed up. Because otherwise I will never do it.
I understand. Those are worthwhile moments to take so that you don't end up with like massive proofreading issues later.
Yes.
And Chloe is typing. So let's see. So hello to the Shadows Lair, who just joined us. Ellie Vera joined us also at some point along the line here. Actually, Courtney, I don't know if I ever actually said hi. Like, I think we've talked about you or like at you, but I don't think I've said hello. So hello. I know we said hi to Elizabeth and Devin earlier. So hopefully everybody's getting some stuff done. I'm through like half of another chapter, so I'm feeling good about that.
I got 399 there, so
very good.
I'm also doing well. I'm also almost at 40,000, which was my absolute max that I wanted this story to be. And I still have like 3 plot points to get through.
So why does that not surprise me in like any way?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. It's better to have more words and to have to like get rid of some than to have not enough.
Yep, that's how I was looking at it.
I am currently distracted looking at play yards. That's what happens to me when I stop with the writing. Let's talk about writing.
Hold on. I don't know what a play yard is.
Oh, that's because you have no children. Well, you don't have children running around your house yet.
Right.
At some point, it's a boy, right? That your roommate had. Yeah. So like,
it's really named a girl Malcolm.
You never know. But I feel that you are probably going to have things like play yards all over the place. Because you've got stairs, so you've got to have things to restrain children with.
So what is a play yard? Because I just I feel like I know what this probably is, and I've just never heard the term for it.
Well, a play yard is like a mini ball pit, or like what did they used to be called?
Like a playpen?
Yeah, a playpen.
Okay, yeah, got it.
But now if you look up playpen, you'll find like gates, like sort of like think like a dog fence thing, but like plastic gates instead. And if you look up play yard, you'll find the play pen just with like very fancy.
Gotcha. So it's an uppity play pen.
It's yes. It's a deluxe play pen.
Gotcha.
And I need to find something to keep my dog or the baby or both
contained. Yeah. We not only do we have stairs, we have railings for the stairs that are so far out of code that there's no way for us to put a baby gate on them. And I cannot stress enough how many goddamn times I told Ken he needed to get that fixed before he had the baby.
Well, he's got time. The baby's not going to walk for a while.
Yeah, but when does he have time? Like you're saying time is in like he's got months, but when does he have time in those months? If he couldn't get it done in the 9 months of her pregnancy, the like 7 months that we knew we were going to have to baby proof the house, how is he going to do it after he has the baby?
Fair enough. I don't know. I don't know, but I suddenly have like visions of ball pits in my living room.
Absolutely. You should get ball pits.
Yeah, this is gonna happen. Yeah. Wow. You can get 200 BPA-free crush-proof plastic balls for $30.
I'm not gonna lie, I know this already for different reasons.
That's interesting. I definitely am going to create ball pits in my house.
We have had many discussions about making adult-sized ball pits, which, of course, is no longer a possible thing for us because we have to have
children-sized
child size. But it's okay. I don't mind that this has taken all the joy out of my life.
Oh
no, I can't do these shenanigans anymore. That's fine. That's fine.
I wonder how flat these baby playpens actually fold down to. This is an issue, right? Like I sort of need places to like put children and dogs now, right? But this is so that I can actually do things like write and also keep a child safe.
Yes. Do they not come with actual measurements though?
Oh yeah, they probably do.
Yeah. Or like if not, I'm sure that somebody on Amazon has asked that. I know this from recently having to deal with computer monitors and discovering that like despite the monitor itself fitting in the space that I need it to go in, none of the bases that computer monitors come with are short enough for this space. So my monitor is on a cookbook stand.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah. It was dumb luck. I was at Walmart and I suddenly was like, oh, holy shit, I could just put this damn thing on a cookbook stand. Because, they're so light now that I was looking all over for something. You would think that this would be a contraption that existed already. Something specifically for monitors so that if you don't want to mount it to a wall, but you've got a limited space, they've got a little prop for it. Turns out there are a ton of things for tablets, but none of them are big enough, tablets and phones, but none of them are tall enough to hold a monitor, which is a little top heavy. Yeah.
That does actually surprise me. I feel like there should be a lot to hold a monitor.
Yeah. Yeah. And like the closest I could find was like a clamp style. It was basically like a tripod for a camera, except that it had the mounting system for a monitor on the back of it. Like, so it would be like a wall mount, but it actually clamps to a surface.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I looked for some of those with my desk. What did I end up doing? I ended up with just these like little risers. But
oh yes, the riser. So that was why I got the desk that has the hutch on it, and that was what ended up killing me here because the hutch was too close to my television. And so it was fine when I had the laptop sitting there because the laptop was sitting flush and it was a little bit smaller. But of course, your computer monitors are bigger than laptop monitors now.
I feel like I've actually spent a very large amount of time as a writer, like setting up my like equipment. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I've got like a massive amount of effort put into like having the dual monitors and having them at the right height and having like the standing desk, but also the stool so that I can sit if I need to sit and like the, the keyboard that like I can move and all of this, the L-shaped desk. So I can put my random notes next to me. If I were to like look at how much money I've spent on all of this over the years too, like,
yes,
it's probably a ridiculous amount.
And my biggest frustration was like, obviously this monitor was an issue, but just for like getting stuff that physically works for me was finding an ergonomic keyboard that worked for the way that I type because what is it?
Do you type weird?
Yes. I use my left hand for a lot of the right hand buttons.
Really? That's
right. Like if I'm typing a TH combination, those are both with my left hand. Pretty much anything that is east of the J key, and that includes U and N. I type with my left hand.
I'd have to think really hard. Like now I'm thinking about how I
Yeah.
type. I think I probably
So like
typed exactly the way I was
obviously
taught in
when
7th grade.
right, so like when obviously when ergonomic keyboards first came out and they were literally like two separate pods, I was physically unable to type with those. And now they've gotten a lot more relaxed, but some of them still put the big thing for me is the N. A lot of them still put the N way too far away. And so I end up with a lot of B's where I want an N to be.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I suppose like so you're looking for the ergonomic one where like the keys are split, right? Like they're
Yes, but that like gentle split. So this is what I have, and it is a very gentle split.
oh yeah, like the super gradual split.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do not worry about those things. I do worry about the wireless thing. I have the Amazon Basics wireless one myself. I had a jelly comb, which I loved, and then my husband stole it. And then recently he's decided that his jelly comb that he stole isn't good enough. So he like ordered himself a new set. He told me that I could have the jelly comb that he stole back, but like it's possible that one of the keys sticks now and that he's not like been using the protective like dust covering.
That would do it then. I don't use those, but also I assume that all of my laptops or all of my keyboards are going to have a slightly short life because of it.
Hey, by the way, so Elizabeth Craig, you should post your blog to our thing. We've been talking a lot about the Cookie and Kate blog that you posted. Which isn't yours, right? That's not Elizabeth's blog, is it? Or not?
No, that was just where she was getting her dinner recipe from.
Yes, but she's blogging too. So let us know what your blog is, since you've scheduled so many posts.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know. Yeah.
But like we don't, if you're not comfortable doing it, we understand. But
fair enough. No pressure. But if you but you're welcome to post it. It's an invitation. Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and do our, I guess this is gonna be our last sprint for the day. Because we are already past, like, we're already going to be running long today, which is totally fine. But we're going to go for another 15. It is 11:46, so we will see you guys at 12:01. Okay. We are back, and that was our last sprint for the day. Sandy, did you get some work done in that last sprint?
Yes, I am almost to the end of that second chapter.
Excellent.
Yes.
I got 313, and I also visited Elizabeth's website, and it is beautiful. And now I'm curious if
Amazing.
you are also a quilter, because it appears that you have a series that is Cozy Quilting Mysteries. So I would love to know if you quilt as well, because Sandy and I do that thing.
This is adorable.
Yeah, I love your covers. They're so good.
They are.
And I say that because, like, I see constantly in Indie Cover Project and a few other sites where people try to make cozy mysteries, and they're always a disaster. Oh, you cannot quilt. Yeah, if you ever need any input on quilting, Sandy and I do have some knowledge of that.
We have it, but still your titles are fantastic. Like sheer trouble.
Yeah. I love
time.
looking at cozy mysteries for that reason. I love their covers. I love the titles. They always crack me up. I always love when, they get like the cat theme, which I noticed that you've got some cat theme stuff going on there. But also I believe there was a corgi, right?
Oh, this is so cute. The
Yeah.
Library Mysteries, overdue, borrowed time. Oh, I don't read cozy mystery, but I agree with Chloe. I think your covers are like gorgeous, and I hope you're doing really, really well with these because this looks like a great backlist.
Yeah. Yeah. Cats and corgis. Yes. Awesome. Yeah. And that blog looks really nice. So I'll be subscribing to that as well, because that's a really good looking blog. So I want to follow that.
Nice. Yeah, seriously, I'm really impressed. Also, you're putting us both to shame. Like, you have clearly got your writing game down and your social media game down.
Yes. We are both failing miserably at the social media game.
It is very hard. I seriously have to jettison at least one of my pen names. I have spread myself way too thin. I can't achieve anything right this second.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, no, it looks really, really good. Oh, and she's a hybrid writer.
Yes.
Very nice. That is wow. Little guy is like really unhappy right now. He like squishes himself up. I don't want to like put him on the YouTube, or I'd actually like show him to you. Like, you're just gonna have to listen to him because I feel like there's like a privacy thing here.
Right.
He squishes his face up like this. He goes like he's just really.
Yeah,
were you not happy with that last chapter? But they say reading to babies is good, so I figure if I'm reading out loud as I proofread, like, he's getting more words.
Yeah. And like more adult words, not adult as in inappropriate words, but adult as in you are speaking like an adult and not doing baby talk.
Yeah. Although I guess I tried when I started doing the like proofreading out loud today to like do it baby talk, because I think that they do know like if you're talking to them or not. And that part of it is like your tone, right? So like you're talking a baby talk, that's like, oh, this is to me, not to like daddy. Right. Okay, but I can't keep up the baby talk while I'm proofreading. I just can't do it.
No,
so
you can't do the eye contact. I feel like that's part of it as well.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's more than the actual tone. Like, you get his attention with the tone, and then you keep the eye contact, and you can't really do that unless you like stage things properly, where like the screen is behind him, so you're looking through it. Yeah. No, anyways, on that note, I say we call it a day.
Oh, right. It's that time.
It
Okay.
is. Sandy, any announcements from you?
No. Well, my second book will be out shortly, but no announcement yet. So,
Okay.
um, apparently the garbage truck is here also.
Yes. I will be on later today. It's so weird because without Ken here, there's absolutely nothing regulating my time.
Oh,
So I will be back on Twitch later to do some gaming, right? I don't know when though. But if you're on Twitch, subscribe to me and you'll get those updates. And then tomorrow we'll be back. I don't know if Sandy will be back, but I'll be back at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. tomorrow to do our final rise and rate of the week.
I might be here. It depends on our feeding schedule.
Yeah, understandable. So, with that, you guys all have a great day, and we'll hopefully see you soon.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.